Yugoslavia is the second nation added in the Double Nation DLC pack, so let's take a look. Logistics is nothing too crazy. You got your standard command infantry and APCs, you got a command tank, which is pretty damn solid, a 35-point HIP logistical helicopter, and a 40-point logistical truck. Infantry, to start off with, you got some guys carrying some drug ATGMs. In terms of the more regular guys, for militia you got the TO using M-Run submachine guns from World War II. For regular infantry, you got guys using knockoff MP40s and MG42s. For SOC infantry, you got the more Narika Pez, which are pretty solid for the price. And then the Protoletti and Protoletti 90, with the 90 having a better rocket launcher. For elite, you got the regular Pado Bracci using STG-44s, and then 90s Ryrant using the Arix ATGM. Some notable infantry transports being the M60PB, which has 2 machine guns, as well as some recoilless launchers, the M80A, which is a rather cheap IFV, the M96 Vidra, which is a better version of the M80A, and a HIP with rocket launchers. All stealth bomber jokes aside, the Yugoslavian AA section is very solid. We got ourselves the Never Mid with some very powerful long-range missiles to rival the Patriot, the M90 Sava, which has some very good Strela-based AA missiles, the Praka, which has some very long-range anti-helicopter missiles for a cheap price. You only have 2 shots. And also have this Fokker right here with some pretty good autocannon AA justice. In terms of artillery, some notable examples being an M7 Priest from World War II, and the Nora B, which is a big truck with a big gun on the back of it. Yugoslavia's tank lineup involves an M47 Patton, an M84A, which is a pretty solid mid-range tank, and we got the M91 series of tanks, with both of them being very solid heavy to super heavy tanks for their price. The reconnaissance lineup for Yugoslavia involves a Gazelle with 50 cal and rockets, pretty much a full-on AA piece, a very good 100-point M84 AN tank which has 19 armor penetration power and stealth capabilities. And in terms of infantry, we got the Senki, which is a 30-point sniper squad using a rather big 20mm anti-material rifle. For vehicles, we got the M88 Polo, which has some pretty good ATGMs, and 18 of them for only 35 points. The Praga, which is a decent fire support autocannon vehicle, and then the Bov Rakitas, which has helicopter rockets strapped on top of an APC. Half of them shoot standard explosives, and the other half are napalm. It can also shoot while moving. Helicopters are pretty pathetic. We got a Gazelle with OK AA missiles and OK ATGMs, and we got Mi-8s with some rather big 128mm rockets. For planes, we got the J-22 Aura, which has quite a lot of bombs for a cheap price, the Mark II model of it, which has ATGMs and rockets, the L-11D, which has rockets that can shoot down helicopters and planes if you're lucky. You have the L-19, which is a pretty decent air superiority fighter, the Super Galeb with some very powerful fire and forget missiles, and the J-20 Run, which has napalm rockets. Overall, Yugoslavia is a rather powerful independent nation. All its tabs are very powerful with some very good units, except for the helicopter tab, as you don't have any good attack helicopters. Also, you don't have any seed, but both those problems can be solved by sprinkling in a little bit of technology. You can honestly play Yugoslavia without having to do the coalition deck, I think, because you just have some very, very good stuff thrown in to this deck, and some very fun units, as well as quite a lot of World War II stuff. We're kind of slowly going a little bit back in time, I see. But yeah, it's a rather fun nation. Definitely check it out. And I'm going to leave it off at that.